Hey, what's going on, fellas? Just want to take a few minutes and encourage you guys with a text of scripture. Proverbs 3:30 says, "Blows that wound cleanse away evil. Strokes make clean the innermost parts." There's two things to look at in this text. First is the blows and strokes that wound. The second is their effect in both cleansing away evil and cleaning the innermost parts. Now, first things first, blows that wound. We all need this in our lives, right? We all need people that love us enough to do this. It's safe to presume that the blows that wound come from friends, maybe family, maybe a spouse, a significant other, a brother, a sister, someone who's close enough to see the weakness, someone who's close enough to see the harmful and hurtful things in our lives, and someone who's close enough to challenge us on it. We need people who care enough about us, our lives, and our future, who are willing to confront, challenge, exhort, basically to call out our sin, point out our weakness, and help us see the things that are in our blind spots. Now, the reason for this is obvious. It cleanses away evil, according to the scriptures, because when it's pointed out, when whatever that evil thing is, it's just like if you're cleaning a room and someone points out some dirt that you missed, you're not going to just leave it there, right? You go and clean up, you sweep up, you mop up that dirty spot. It's the spot. I do that a lot when I'm washing the dishes. My wife say, "Oh, missed a spot," so I got to wash that dish again. And the reason is, if we love Jesus, if we're following Jesus, if we're pursuing Christ, then that means we are repenting of sins. It means that we are shoring up, weak spots in our armor or our defenses. But sometimes we miss things. Sometimes we miss things intentionally. Sometimes we just don't do certain things because it's not visible. It's not known. And when people call out these things, they're basically helping us to clean up the things we're missing, helping us to clean up maybe the things that we're hiding. Sometimes if we're missing it, it's because we're intentionally covering things up. And so we need those kind of people in our lives who love us enough to do that for us. And the reason for that is obvious. The text clearly says it cleanses away evil and it cleans up the uttermost parts of our hearts and lives. These are places in our lives that most people don't see. Only those that know us close enough and see us close enough that we've invited close enough into our lives, they're the only people who see these things. And if they're not challenging us on these things, then we're in trouble. If you don't have anyone in your life today who will do this for you, who loves you enough to challenge you, to confront you, to be that voice in your life, then you need to find that person and you need to do it quickly. You need that. I need that. I need those people in my life. I need friends. I need those close relationships to challenge me on these things. So a couple quick things, practical and tactical, to take away from this text this week. Number one, just because we have people in our lives who may fit the bill, who may be able to do that for us, doesn't mean that they necessarily feel comfortable doing that always. So we need to give them permission. We need to give them permission to do this in our lives, to speak into our lives this way. We need to invite this into our lives. We need to embrace these kind of relationships. And we need to endure these moments when people love us enough to challenge us. And we need to learn to thrive under these conditions. If someone's wounding you, it's because they love you. And they want to see you healthy. They want to see you productive. They want to see you grow. Two, you need to make sure it's reciprocal. If someone loves you enough to do this for you, you need to be doing it for them. But here's the catch. Don't do it as a reaction. When someone loves you enough to wound you, don't take advantage of the opportunity to wound them back. It's not a fight. It's not a comparison. It's not oh yeah, well, let me tell you what your weakness is. No, receive it. Think about it, meditate on it, pray on it, confess that sin, forsake it, apologize, ask for forgiveness, make amends, whatever you need to do. And then when the time is right, if the time is right, then you need to do that for others. Remember this, Paul says in 1 Corinthians 9:27, "But I discipline my body and I keep it under control, lest after having preached to others, I myself should be disqualified." In the Greek, he literally says, I pummel my body. It's like the idea of punching like a boxer, and I make it my slave. Think about that. I make my body my slave because the one thing I don't want to preach to others and then be disqualified. Love those around you who love you enough to do this for you. Thank God for them and thank them for loving you enough to do this in your life. Hope you guys have an incredible week. I look forward to connecting with you again soon, and be in the lookout for our coaching video that comes out later today.